Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my husband, Gabe.
That's me.
Welcome to the podcast celebrating Jack Russell Terrier dogs.
And all the joys of companionship with canines of every kind.
Each week, we'll explore all the heartfelt, humbling, and hilarious stories that only dog parents can truly relate to. We're Jack Russell parents.
Yo, 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 puppy parents.
OMG, have we got another radical episode today?
Like, totally. This episode's going to be so rad, it's pushing the borders of tubular.
As you can see, folks, we're going on another excellent adventure back to the 80s. We can't help it. The 80s are just so gnarly.
They are.
And since dog ownership is at an all-time high nowadays, we thought it would be cool to dig up the facts of dog families in the 1980s versus the 2020s. More specifically, what were the most popular breeds then versus now?
That'll be interesting. And regardless of what the lists say, we know that Jack Russell Terriers are number one, no matter what.
They are indeed. At least in our hearts. But these two lists were compiled by the AKC, the American Kennel Club.
Yes, the one and only. So they have surveyed the whole of America to reach these results, right?
Not quite. They're analyzing the statistics of their own registration lists of purebred dogs.
So, truth be told, mutt or mix is probably the most popular dog.
True. But the AKC list is a good place to make an educated guess.
Okay.
So without further ado, here are some interesting tidbits about the top 10 most popular dogs of the 1980s. Number 1, Cocker Spaniels. The Cocker Spaniel was actually the number one breed of the 1940s. And they enjoyed a renaissance, if you will, in the 1980s, climbing to the number one position. As far back as the 1300s, Spaniels were used as hunting dogs.
That's interesting. That was Lady, right? From Lady and the Tramp. She was a Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah. It seems like their coats are too beautiful for hunting, but okay.
Right. Yeah. Number 2, Poodles. The Poodle slipped to the number 2 position and would continue falling in subsequent decades. The word poodle comes from the German word meaning to splash in water because poodles were originally used in duck hunting.
Ah.
Speaking of the 1980s, remember that old Nintendo game Duck Hunt?
Sure
that annoying dog that would laugh at you if you missed your shots?
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
How much more humiliating would it be if it was a fluffy poodle laughing at you?
Oh, man. Yeah, it'd be definitely more humiliating. Albeit more accurate, I guess, based upon that information. Number 3 is Labrador Retrievers. Despite its name, the Labrador Retriever originated in Newfoundland, not Labrador. Because of their calm demeanor, Labs are one of the primary breeds selected as guide and rescue dogs.
Number 4, German Shepherds. Descended from old breeds of herding and farm dogs, the German Shepherd is known for its courage and ability to be trained in special services such as military and police work and as a guide for the blind.
Number 5, Golden Retrievers. Originally from Inverness, Scotland, by the end of the 19th century, yellow or golden retrievers were well established in England and made their way to America.
The number 6 most popular breed in the 1980s were Doberman Pinschers. The breed originated around 1900 in Germany, taking its name from Louis Doberman of Apolda, a tax collector who wanted a medium-sized dog to perform as a guard dog as well as a companion.
That's another reason Dobermans might seem intimidating. They helped collect taxes.
Okay.
Number 7 on the list is Beagles. The actual origin of the Beagle seems to be obscure because of the absence of reliable documentation. The turning point for American Beagles came in the 1960s when dogs from a well-bred strain in England were imported to help change the look of the breed.
Oh, they're adorable now.
They're so cute. And do you know who else is a Beagle?
Snoopy, of course.
That's right. So be sure to check out our Happy Birthday, Snoopy episode for more info about the most famous Beagle ever.
The most famous and the coolest one.
Absolutely.
Number 8, miniature Schnauzers. The Schnauzer is of German origin and is said to be recognizable in pictures as early as the 15th century. Miniature Schnauzers were bred down from their larger cousins, the standard Schnauzers, and aside from the size difference, the two breeds pretty much look alike.
All right. And number 9 is Dachshunds.
Got that one out right this
I
time.
usually screw that up and say Dachshunds, truth be told. But the Dachshund can be found in historical accounts all the way back to the 1400s, when illustrations reflected badgers being hunted with dogs with elongated bodies, short legs, and hound-type ears. Early in the 17th century, the name Dachshund, which also means badger dog, became the designation of a breed type with smooth and long-haired varieties.
They've been hunting for a long, long time.
Those little long bodies, they get down in those holes and get those critters.
And lastly, the 10 most popular breed in the 1980s was Chow Chows, or Chows. The Chow Chow probably originated more than 2,000 years ago as a result of crossing the Mastiff of Tibet with the Samoyed, a breed originating from the northern parts of Siberia. The importation of Chows into England began in 1880, and the breed started towards its popularity after Queen Victoria took interest.
Aha. Always takes a celebrity.
It does.
Moving on to the 2020s, the AKC notes that like clothing styles and baby names, dog breeds go in and out of style. It's likely that pop culture plays a large role in preferences, even more so than the breed's health and temperament, creating what I like to call pop culture, if you will.
I see what you did there.
So what's the pup culture of the 2020s looking like, Gabe?
Apparently, the number one most popular dog in 2020 was a Labrador Retriever. It took 40 years to climb 2 spots to number 1.
I could see that. I know lots of people who have Labs. Number 2 is the French Bulldog. Frenchies. They are new to the list and totally adorable. Remember from our Reflections of a Dog Family episode, my brother has a Frenchie, Luna, and we love her little mushed face to pieces.
She's great. So much attitude and such a little smushed body.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Number 3, German Shepherds, still in the top 5.
Number 4, Golden Retrievers, up 1 spot.
Number 5, regular Bulldogs, the second type of bulldog to join the list.
And number 6 is a Poodle, and number 7, Beagles, both still in the top 10.
The next 2, number 8, Rottweilers, and number 9, Pointers, both new to the list and beautiful breeds.
And lastly, number 10, Dachshunds. Still rounding out the top 10 all these years later with their skinny little bodies.
Okay. Hanging in there to number 10. So where do Jack Russells rank according to the AKC statistics?
You're not going to believe this. Are you sitting down? Okay.
I think you see that I am.
And shush. In 2020, they're ranked number 72.
Something's not right with that. Especially since 9 out of 10 dogs you see in American movies and commercials nowadays are Jacks. I'm vexed and disappointed.
Get it together, America. Jack Russells are all over your TV shows and movies. It's time to get them in your homes, too.
Seriously. And that seems to contradict the AKC theory that popularity in movies equals popularity in ownership. I'm not sure what the disconnect is there.
Yeah. And the good news is, however, that in the UK, where a lot of our listeners happen to be, Jack Russells are ranked a respectable number 4.
Okay, that's more like it.
According to Rover.com survey of 20,000 British dog owners.
No wonder we have so many listeners there.
Exactly. Yet another reason why I may have been born on the wrong continent. I don't know. Anyway, friends, if you have been alive as long as we have, you have loved pups from the 1980s until now. And no matter your pet's popularity, you are their favorite breed of human. Aloha Mama Apparel wants to spread the spirit of aloha. Genesis Belote, the creator of Aloha Mama Apparel, was born on the mainland and resides in Southern California. But she cherishes her Hawaiian culture and honors the half of her family that lives on the island. She loves being a mama and a designer. At Aloha Mama, they know being a mama is hard work, but it's the best work. That's why they style mamas and kiddos in apparel that is bright and filled with beachy vibes. For the cutest casual attire celebrating the spirit of aloha, go to shopalohamama.com. That's shop, ALOHAMAMA.com. Shopalohamama.com. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you learn from the content? Or did you just have a good, relatable laugh? Well, now what? It's time to subscribe, follow, keep listening, and give a positive review on the Apple Podcast app. Then share the podcast with other puppy parents. This will allow us to connect you and your friends with fun, dog-loving content week after week. Until next time, this is Becca and Gabe, the Jack Russell parents.
Say bye, Carson.
No! We'd love to connect with you online at jackrussellparents.com or on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JRT Podcasts. That's at JRT for Jack Russell Terrier Podcast.
The Jack Russell Parents Podcast is produced by Earball Audio.
Jack Russell Parents is brought to you in part by Super Chewer. From the makers of BarkBox, Super Chewer is a themed monthly delivery of toys and treats made especially for dogs who play harder and demand a challenge. Simply go to jackrussellparents.com and click the Super Chewer link to enjoy their great offers while also supporting our podcast.